Hello there, welcome to Afro Page. In today's video, we are going to be talking about top 15 African countries with the best roads. Although it is not said as much as it should be, Africa is among the richest continents in the world. There is no doubt about that. It is currently the 5th richest continent in the world, with a GDP of $2,601 billion. This means that there are a few countries in Africa that are very developed, especially infrastructure-wise. However, when you think of road conditions in Africa, what comes to mind? Potholes, that's words, or more accurately, poor roadsides, bumpy and rooted roads, and dead tracks with potholes. A good road is an important feature of any country. It enables faster and safer transportation of goods and people across the country. It increases the ease of doing business by bringing down the cost of transportation of goods from one place to another. Find out which African countries have the best road according to the World Economic Forum's latest report. In this video, we have listed down the top countries in the continent that have developed enough to have amazing and quality road networks, offering world-class experience for drivers using the roads. Ranked by their average value or score, here are the top African countries with the best road in the entire continent. Before we move further, I'm sure you are excited to get the best out of these, but please take out some time to smash the subscription button and notification bell to get updates from us anytime we upload a new video. Now, back to the video. Number 15 on our list is Nigeria. Nigeria has wide and well-maintained roads in some areas and cities in the country. The total road network in Nigeria was reported at 193,200 km in 2004, according to the World Bank collection of development indicators compiled from official recognized sources. Nigeria Road's total network actual values, historical data, forecast and projection were sourced from the World Bank on September of 2022. The issue of good road network has been one major problem faced by the people living in the country. Good road network is one important infrastructure that the Nigerian government has failed to fulfill, even though massive budget is always set aside for road construction and expansion. However, there are quite a number of states like Lagos, Akwa Ibom, Abuja, and few others that has done quite well in this aspect. Nigeria, from 2016 to 2019, the average value for Nigerian roads during that period was 2.53 points, within a minimum of 2.21 points in 2007 and a maximum of 2.77 points in 2012. The latest value for 2019 is 2.5 points. For comparison, the world average in 2019, based on 141 countries, is 4.07 points. Number 14. Ghana. In Ghana, the road and the systems are also very good and reliable. Roads in Ghana form a network of varied quality and capacity. Responsibility for the road network differs between trunk and non-trunk routes. Trunk roads, which are the most important roads, are administered by the Ghana Highway Authority, which was established in 1974 to develop the trunk road network. Ghana's 13,307 km of trunk roads account for 33% of the total road network of 40,186 km. The Department of Feeder Roads is responsible for the construction and maintenance of feeder roads in Ghana, while responsibility for urban roads lies with the Department of Urban Roads. For the data indicator provided for Ghana from 2008 to 2019, the average value for Ghana during that period was 3.51 points, with a minimum of 3 points in 2019 and a maximum of 4.06 points in 2013. The latest value from 2019 is 3 points. For comparison, the world average in 2019, based on 141 countries, is 4.07 points. Number 13. Algeria. Algeria is one of the countries in Africa today with good roads. Algeria is the 13th country on the list with an average value of 3.38 points from 2006 to 2019. The position in the global ranking is 67 out of 141 countries. Currently, Algeria has over 96,000 km of paved roads, including 2,318 km of expressways. as well as 29,000 kilometers of unpaved roads for a total road system of about 127,000 kilometers. Number 12. Tanzania. Tanzania, which is one of the most recognized East African countries, is also an African country with amazing roads. The average value of each roads was 3.18 points, while the highest was in 2019 with 4.1 and its lowest was 2.48 points in 2008. The global ranking position is 66 with 4.1 points. The road network is 86,472 kilometers long, of which 12,786 kilometers is classified as trunk road and 21,105 kilometers as regional road. The road network consists of 3,682 kilometers of track. Commuter rail service is in Dar es Salaam only. There are 28 airports, with Julius Nyerere International Airport being the largest and the busiest. Number 11. Cape Verde. Cape Verde also has advanced infrastructure that have improved the quality of roads in the country. The total length of the national road network is 1,113 kilometers. The total length of the municipal road network is 537 kilometers. And of the national roads, 36% by length is asphalted. Cape Verde has 3 different road channels, which are first-class national roads, second-class national roads, and third-class national roads. Number 10. Senegal. When it comes to good roads and most reliable road systems in Africa, Senegal is among the countries in the continent with the best roads. Senegal took 65th position global ranking position with 4.10 points. The average value from 2007 to 2019 was 3.45, the highest being 4.10 in 2019, whereas its lowest in 2007 being 2.6 points. The only operational motorway in Senegal currently runs for 34 kilometers between Dakar and Diamniadio, and it is a toll motorway. A new part of the motorway of 16.5 kilometers is currently under construction, which will reach the Blaise Dagny International Airport. Another section of 50 kilometers is also under construction, linking the airport to Thiès, and 115 kilometers stretches from Thiès to Thaouba, the final destination of the planned motorway, will start under construction in the near future. Number 9. Botswana. Another African country that has great road in African continent is no other but Botswana. Botswana has a network of roads of varied quality and capacity, totaling about 31,747 kilometers. 20,000 kilometers are paved, and this is including 134 kilometers of motorways. The remainder, 11,747 kilometers worth, are unpaved. The network of roads and highways has a total length of 31,747 kilometers. For each of the country's 2.40 million inhabitants, this corresponds to 13.24 meters, and this puts Botswana in 38th position in the global ranking. Number 8. Kenya. Kenya is not only one of the few countries in Africa with amazing and high-quality roads and advanced road system in the continent, but it is also the second East African country with the best roads today. The value of the quality roads in 2019 was 4.1 points. The average value taken from 2006 to 2019 was 3.67, with the lowest in 2006 being 2.22 points and the highest value in 2017 being 4.3 points. According to the Kenya Roads Board, Kenya has 160,886 kilometers of roads. Several paving projects are on the way. Number 7. Morocco. Morocco is also among the best countries in Africa when it comes to quality roads and road system. The rural infrastructure investments that have been made by the government have much enabled this nation to raise even its global position, beating countries such as Belgium, Ireland, and Italy in the ranking. The average value points for the nation were 4.02. As of August 2016, ADM manages 1,808 kilometers of Morocco's toll roads. As of November 2016, the total length of Morocco's motorways is 1,808 kilometers paved and 1,093 kilometers free expressways. However, 45,000 kilometers of new rural roads will be created in rural areas and the modernization of 7,000 kilometers of rural roads. It is part of new plan of Moroccan Ministry of Transportation, which will invest 660 billion dirhams in transport and logistics sector. Number 6. South Africa. South Africa, which has the longest road in the country that covers a distance of over 2,255 kilometers or 1,401 miles, known as the N2 road. This is also one of the countries with quality and beautiful roads in Africa. The N2 route runs from Cape Town through Port Elizabeth, East London, and Durban to Ermelo. The nation ranks 51 globally out of 141 countries with 4.5 points. The average value points for the nation were 4.77 points. Number 5. Mauritius. Mauritius is one of the most developed countries in Africa today, and it is also among the top African countries with the best and quality roads. Mauritius is an island country which is considered to be Africa's most democratic nation. The roads are very well maintained, which is an advantage for the country since it's a major tourist destination island. The average value points for the nation were 4.45 points, and as of 2019 the value was 4.7. It is among the top 50 in the global ranking position in 2019. There are 2,772 kilometers of roads in Mauritius, of which 1,140 kilometers are main roads, 913 kilometers are secondary roads, 104 kilometers are motorways, and the remaining 615 kilometers are made up of other types of roads. The percentage of paved road is 98%. The number of vehicles per kilometer of the road is 209. We are down on the list to number 4, Cote d'Ivoire. Taking the 4th place in the list of the best roads in African countries is Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire's road network comprises over 4,000 kilometers of urban roads, 82,100 kilometers of intercity links, and a 230-kilometer highway between Abidjan and Yamoussoukro. In 2018, local media reported plans to build 330 kilometers of new highways and 1,000-kilometer highway, though no official updates was available as of late April 2020. The average value for Cote d'Ivoire in 2018 and 2019 was 3.63 points, with a minimum of 2.88 points in 2011 and a maximum of 4.76 points in 2015. The value of 2019 is 3.6 points. For comparison, the world average in 2019 based on 141 countries is 4.07 points. Number 3. Rwanda. Rwanda is also among the top countries in the continent that have high-quality roads that favor both the passengers and the drivers, including the cars being driven on the Rwanda roads. Rwanda does not only boast of its clean environment, but it's also among the countries with the best roads in Africa. The value as of 2019 was 4.8 points, giving it the 39th global ranking position. The average value points from 2010 to 2019 were 4.76. The efforts by the government and aids from China, the European Union and others have contributed to the quality of roads and infrastructure seen in the country today. Rwanda has a total of 12,000 kilometers of road, of which 1,000 kilometers are paved. Number 2. Egypt. The second best African country with the most quality road network and road system is Egypt. It is one of the few countries in Africa to build world-class roads. The average value points of Egypt from 2006 to 2019 was 3.47 points, but the highest being 5.1 points in 2019 and the lowest in 2013 being 2.7 points. The latest value in 2019 gave it the 29th place in the global ranking position out of 141 countries. Egypt has a huge road network of 65,050 kilometers, of which 48,000 kilometers paved and 17,050 kilometers unpaved. Egypt has built a network of highways covering the country and extending around 18,000 kilometers. Egypt also boasts a network of bridges which contributes to smoothing the flow of traffic. So far, 181 bridges stand throughout the country, 36 of which are straddling the Nile and 85 suspended. Egypt has recently witnessed a great interest in enhancing and upgrading the highway and maintain road networks to cover all the country. Their length increased to 48,000 kilometers. And number 1 on our list is Namibia. Namibia is the leading African country with the best and quality roads in the whole continent of Africa. Other than that, Namibia is actually the number 1 country in Africa with the most beautiful roads. Namibia has the average value point being 5.24. The country took 22nd position in the global ranking in the 2019 value being 5.3 points. The establishment of roads authorities in April 2000 greatly attributed to the progress in Namibia in terms of road infrastructure. This inherent aid in its socio-economic development. The Roads Authority, whose core business is to construct and maintain Namibia's road sector, plays a pivotal role towards road safety in Namibia. Namibia's road network has been ranked among the safest and most efficient and sustainable, and it's the envy of many other countries. The country's 48,875 kilometer roads are administered by the Roads Authorities, a state-owned enterprise established by Act 17 of 1999. There are 412 kilometers low-volume bitumen roads, 25,710 kilometer standard gravel roads, 11,460 kilometers earth-graded roads, and 288 kilometers salt road. And this makes up 48,875 kilometer road network in Namibia. Despite African countries being plagued by poverty and corruption, some of the governments are making an effort to grow their nation's economies. There are countries with poor road networks such as Chad and Mauritania, while there are others which are among the top 50 in the globally ranking of quality road networks. The just listed countries are the countries that made it up to the top 15 countries with good quality road networks in Africa. Thanks for staying till the end of this video. If you love this video, kindly hit the like button to show some love and tell us your opinion about it in the comment section below. Till next time.